Come on in. It's the Leaf Hour edition of the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo, Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, our very own Sammy McKee. We're live on Sportsnet 360, 590 The Fan in Toronto, streaming Sportsnet Plus. Also available Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. The Toronto Maple Leafs in a rare weekday game, Sammy. Not a Saturday night, which we've been accustomed to.
Yeah, I was thinking when the last time they played on not a Saturday night, but it probably would have been the opening game. They always play the opening game of the season, right? So it's usually like a Wednesday or a Tuesday night. But outside of that, it's usually Saturday night against the Habs.
Tell the fans how you're feeling about the game tonight.
Can we just start the show by saying Bo knows hockey?
Bo knows.
Oh, God.
Bring me Bo. This is such a funny part of the season when you start to know names and you're like, oh, yes,
Bo
Borja
Gruel.
Vallis.
Bo Gruel. Okay, first of all, do you remember Bo knows?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I bet you that's just a generational divide there.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm aware of it.
But he may be one of the best sports ad campaigns in history. Where you got
one of the greatest athletes really ever.
The greatest athlete. But so back then, I think it was like Kurt Gibson in the commercial and a quarterback for the LA Rams, Jim Everett. Nothing.
Back then, they could have been
nothing.
LA.
John McEnroe.
Who knows?
John McEnroe.
Yeah.
So everybody, Bo knows, and then they say hockey, and Wayne Gretzky gives the no.
Oh, really?
To Bo knows hockey.
Yeah.
And he just shakes him off like an 0-2 fastball, and he nailed it.
That's great.
Nailed it.
That's fantastic.
What do we know about Bo Gruel?
It stands for Benoit Olivier, I think.
What do we know?
He's 26 years old. He's 6'2". He's third in the NHL or in the AHL in goals with 27, four back of the current leader, Arthur Kaliev. He is 12th in the AHL in points. He has played 67 NHL games up till now, 45 of which in the 23-24 season, where he scored 0 goals for the Anaheim Ducks.
Let's lead the show. A-block, Bo Gruel.
Late bloomer.
A-block. The next Bobby McMahon, boys.
Well, hey, 26. This happens. Those are really good American League numbers. I don't mean to make light of those numbers, but yeah, he hasn't happened yet at the NHL level, but maybe he just needs an opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe he does.
Going into this game tonight, it's not a good. It's on nationally, right? It's
across the country.
It's on across the country. And there's been people that have been making fun of the Leafs for where they're at in their supposed rebuild or retool, and they probably a ton of people haven't really watched them that closely. Tonight will be on a lot of television sets across the country, and it's like the Simpsons meme. Don't show you how I don't want you to see how I live. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling with them going against this Habs team.
There's pain coming.
They're gonna run the Leafs out of the building tonight.
Yeah, they're fast,
and it's gonna suck.
We got Renaud coming on soon, right?
Yeah,
we've had him. We just had him recently last week. He was so good. We're going right back to him again. Reporter for TVA. Love to get into the Montreal Canadiens, and I know few people made out the talk about this potential Toronto-Montreal. Were they talking? If so, for who? He's got his ear to the ground. I think Elliot Friedman spoke about it earlier today on Fuda's show, correct?
And Marchese.
And Marchese, yes, of course.
Show, yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
Whether there was some legs to it or not, let's ask
Did you get
Renaud.
some feedback on our conversation yesterday from anyone?
You know what? I didn't really look at my phone.
Can I tell you the most
day.
shocking thing in the comment section to me of so we put the clip out of the three of us having that conversation. People being like, what does Kyper know? Kyper doesn't know anything, whatever. And it's the most insane thing ever. Elliot reported that there was a big deal with the Montreal Canadiens. We know the Leafs were trying to do something big. Renaud had tweeted something similar about this happening. There's like a million things that triangulate to this deal having happened. You've had 100 things right in the last 5 weeks leading up to the trade deadline. Like, what would have taken for you to be like, I'm just making it up? I'm just coming in here and going, yeah, I heard Matthews for Vasilevsky was a thing. Like, just making it up. What an insane implication that is to me.
You're just passing on some of the rumblings that you hear.
Yeah.
And you spitball them on our show.
Do you
That's
want
what
to talk
you do.
about it or not? Or do you want us to keep that stuff in our pocket?
This has been going on for like decades now, with talk radio. Of course, the Fan 590 kind of set the whole thing up right across the country in the early 90s. Our good buddy
Rumors.
Nelson Millman.
Yes.
Okay. And like people are like, well, don't talk about it anymore if you don't know. It's like,
that's what this is. It's a
stop
2-hour
it.
show.
Stop it, please.
This is the water cooler. We're
Right?
here just talking.
But it's not just the water cooler. It's like, it's our business,
Yes.
right? Like we get paid to talk to people about this.
Yes. There is
Right?
information behind the
Whereas
conversation.
99% of the working world have to sneak away from work to have this conversation.
So my point is, anyway, that there's something there. And Elliot even said that once that name is out there, it's tough to put the toothpaste back in the tube. So this might be relevant just yet.
Whenever our wonderful social team sends a clip that I know is going to be popular,
Mute.
I mute it
Yeah.
immediately because I don't want to deal with some of the. And I went back and I looked at it because somebody added me or whatever. It showed up, and then I saw that, and I saw all the French replies. I was like, "Oh, we made it to the
Yeah.
La Belle
Oh.
Provence has made its way in here." I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know, man." Like,
It breached containment, I think is the phrase. It got outside.
can we talk about it? But like, can we talk about
we
it?
can.
Because I think the idea of that trade being made at that seemingly rushed time is one that it's a very concerning thought for me. But if you're going into the summer and you have a full summer to work with and you have teams that know that he's out there and you could potentially do a bidding war and get somebody's really, really great package of players and picks or whatever it is, I'm not necessarily 100% against it. That's where I'm at. But the way that it was reported and the way that it was like close to the buzzer, that part of it terrified me.
Let me ask you
Rather
about
not
that.
the Habs, if I'm being honest.
You watch Team Canada, the World Juniors, pretty closely. You like that Hage a lot?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know.
Okay.
He's a good player, but it's hard to know.
Mhm.
You know, junior players, I mean, Nick Robertson scored.
I know, but there's people paid very well, and director of
They
player
do.
personnel and head
Cross-checkers.
scouts, and they get paid for those decisions,
For sure.
and they're watched closely. So, you know, when you speak of at the last second, sometimes of a trade deadline, there's sometimes a method to the madness. It's just not like, oh, I lost track of time.
Right. Oh, boy.
There's pressure points, and you may want a guy to sit on it for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. Give me a quick answer. There is the occasion over the course of history of having a knee-jerk reaction at a certain time, and you may catch someone at a weak moment. I mean, all of this comes into play on why you would leave something to the last minute.
Mm-hmm. Well, last year, the Leafs got fleeced at the deadline. You know, last minute here, you need someone bad enough.
Yeah.
Here's what you can have it for.
Yeah, but I do believe outside of any Matthews decision moving forward, the Leafs have a problem at center ice, and that's John Tavares can no longer carry a second line or play upwards of 18, 19 minutes. So how do you find a key centerman here moving forward if you don't throw the name Matthew Knies out? How do you do it?
Mm-hmm. Well, and you like someone who dishes. I know I'm just fixated on that one Canadian's name there, Hage, because he's, Montreal has centers, right? They're pretty good with Suzuki, Kapanen, Evans, Renaud down the middle right now. And he's got 45 points, 34. He'll be NHL eligible at the end of this season, like soon. He'd be NHL eligible. So, I mean, he's
Can
an
you
interesting
pull that type of player and
plus.
one of their higher end defensemen? Like that's to me is
Knies is a realized 30-goal scorer
Yes.
at 23 years
Yeah.
old who's a refrigerator.
Yes.
It's a
but so is it two pieces? Is it 2+ with a B prospect? Like that has to be on the table for Brad Treliving
yeah.
moving forward.
Well, I mean, there's a world where you listen and you're trying to sell something to
Do you
Austin
see
Matthews.
if you're not there with multiple pieces like that for Knies, you're only left with Nylander or Matthews left to dangle. There's nothing else on their roster that could bring you any type of immediate return like those three guys,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Well, I mean, fortunately, they're back in a place where they have 2 of their 3 first overall picks coming up in 27 and 28. Those are an option for something to trade. Like if you're trying to immediately turn it around, and I don't know that they are, but if they're sincere in that. Otherwise, asset-wise, you got a goalie. Morgan Riley's not fetching anything unless you retain a lot. It's tough. Tough to immediately get
What
better
would you do?
UFAs.
There's two different conversations here. The first conversation is, are you rebuilding or retooling, which is the first conversation. And if you're retooling, the Knies conversation to me is one that you have because, like you said, you're trying to find 4 quarters with $1, like you were talking about yesterday. But like, if you're rebuilding, you're keeping Knies because how old is he? 23?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be even better supposedly in 3 or 4 years when a natural rebuild. That's how long it takes. It's just the 2 different conversations.
Totally. When he's 26 and you're 3 years into this, you still feel pretty good.
He's supposed to be in his prime of primes. So I think there's 2 different conversations. They get paid the big bucks to go which way to go.
Okay.
I would probably.
I get Knies, but if you do the math, Matthews is 31, 32
At that point, yeah.
at that point.
But
so
no,
if you're waiting for your
No,
27 pick, right?
Kipper, what I'm
28
saying,
picks.
what I'm saying
in
is,
a rebuild.
if you're rebuilding, you're trading
Okay.
Matthews, you're trading
All right.
Nylander, you keep Knies because in 4 years he could still be in his prime.
I also don't think
But
those
what does
guys,
that do? What does that do for the age of Austin Matthews now for you?
Well, he wouldn't be part of a rebuild. He's saying you would trade him.
You would trade him?
No, no.
Who's on first?
Okay, I would
I
not.
get the Knies, keeping Knies.
Yeah. But
But
if you're-
Matthews is older, much older. So I'm asking you, what do you do with Matthews now, who will be 32 or 33
I would.
when Knies and these picks eventually come around?
I think I've been on the record pretty clearly here that if Matthews is willing to stay with the Toronto Maple Leafs for his career or for another 4 years or another 6 years or however long he's willing to sign a contract here, I just kind of want him to do it.
Yeah.
I know it's not perfect. I know maybe you're not going to win everything, but like, I think that part of it, if you're going to have the conversations and he's willing to stay here and he wants to be a Leaf and he's going to have 700 goals as a Toronto Maple Leaf, like
The part that bothers me is if you know you're not going to win it. Like,
so you just
where's that in the equation, Sammy? That's the only reason why we show up to play is to try to win it.
Well, I
Yeah.
also think
it
elite.
gets every single year they add 3 new teams, so it gets harder and harder to win. I don't know. It's just he's an elite player. He's the best Leaf I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's just if somebody asked me, do I want him to be? He's not perfect. I get it, but I think you have a better chance if you have him for his 28 to 32 years as opposed to just rebuilding and trying to hit lottery tickets. I don't know.
Yeah, I think pedigree guys don't tend to just get bad, at 32. The number 1 overall pick, all-time, all-world numbers putter uppers.
But is he capable of getting this team back to where it was last year as division champs and one of 6 legitimate teams that you think could win a Stanley Cup?
But listen,
Is that-
With some creative work around it,
is
potentially.
Matthews able to? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It's impossible to know.
Yeah.
I think I would bet on elite talent rather than just, you have to do one of 2 things here. You either have to sell those guys and rebuild or try to figure it out around them. And I think the best thing you have going for you is suddenly ton of cap space and, you've recouped some draft picks and you're just, it may not be a 1-year turnaround, but
The
can it
other
be
thing-
2?
I'm just not ready to be the Canucks, bud.
Yeah. The other thing,
I'm just not ready for that.
the other thing that I don't think a lot of people are talking about is how fast the cap is going up.
Mm-hmm.
And within 3 years, we're talking about anywhere between 125 to 130 million dollars.
Yeah.
Like, who can legitimately go there outside of Toronto and your top typical 8-10 revenue teams? That could play in a factor
As a
on
positive
maybe
factor.
a positive factor to the Leafs is that money is no object.
Yeah.
And if teams need to sell off some contracts,
Yeah.
but good ones, like who knows what kind of shape some of these teams may be in
That's gonna
3
be
years.
fascinating if there is teams
I think it's
that are-
really fascinating. And I'm hearing noise behind the scenes too, that it's a real concern for a lot of teams
Really?
is not being able to keep up with how high the cap's going
Well, sure.
in a very short period of time.
It's like, I don't know what teams' margins are right now, but can you lose $30 million in additional payroll and continue to make money? I think that's a big ask for a lot of teams. But I think there's things like this Robert Thomas deal that's out there, this Simone Nemec, that name gets dangled. I think there's ways that you have to pursue those guys. And and if for UFAs, you're the place that spends the most because you're able to, finally, you get an advantage here, Sammy. Like, you could potentially have Toronto be a place that, for all the money they generate for the league, gets a little hint of an advantage.
What a concept.
What a concept.
There's other sports don't ever favor the teams that make the most money. That's never worked in any other
It may
sport.
swing
Dodgers
again,
are
though.
doing
It
well.
may.
Yeah, it's
it
like,
may.
yeah.
It,
Real
it
Madrid's
could,
been
it
doing
could
pretty
swing
good for a
back
long
in the Leafs' favor, and maybe the New York Rangers and a few others.
That would be awesome. I mean, I think it's good for the league when
And
those
in the
franchises
meantime,
do well.
if you're not well, just collect assets by buying your space up. I'm surprised that the Leafs didn't find a way to take bad contracts
I am too.
for picks
That bothered me.
last week.
But that's what I meant, that it was such a lack of creativity. It was just, okay, we're bad. We should sell these UFAs. There was no additional, maybe a lot of the energy was used up in a potential trade with Montreal that could have gone towards, can we take Mangiapane? Can we take Jonathan Drouin? Can we take Patrick Laine? I bet you Laine would have come back in that deal.
What?
Yeah, because they would have needed to make room for Knies' money in Montreal.
Oh, Knies was out there. There's just no team that wanted to take a look-see because his contract's running out.
Laine.
Yeah, nobody was interested.
Yeah.
No, I just, you don't think there's anything to what I'm saying about just having Matthews on the Leafs for his career?
I think
Like,
if you're
that's-
upstairs, you think a lot about it.
That's
I'm
not,
selling
but
suites.
that's not
I need
that's not
Matthews and Nylander.
a thought where, listen, I'm not really there on Nylander. I'm not. I think there's a difference between Nylander and Matthews in terms of what they represent. And if you want to talk about trading Nylander, I'm much more willing to have that
Nylander's a
conversation.
better goal scorer right now.
For sure. But I just I don't know.
I know
Just because you're having one down year, you have to trade away the
Totally.
best player in the history of the franchise.
Well said.
Let's
give it a sec here.
I know it's been bad. We mentioned under Berube. I know it's been bad. I know there's all this stuff. I'm not quite ready to give it up at age 28. That's how I'm feeling.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I do worry about his inconsistency to look like a power forward on a lot of nights.
Everyone's worried about
I think
that.
that's a fair worry.
If you have watched him the last 2 years and go, yeah, this is great. I think there's real concern, but I just think you got to hope it works out. That's a lot of sports, right? You make a lot of these trades going, hope it works.
Yeah.
There's no one definitely getting it right.
Yeah. But I think if they're having conversations about trading Knies as opposed to trading Matthews and Willie, I think that tells you what direction they're thinking about going in.
I'm also just curious, what are they thinking about doing in terms of the rest of the roster?
How about a
Joshua,
whole decor?
Domi, Michelli, Yarncroke, what's happening?
Were they offered? Were they and teams said no, too expensive, not big enough return? Do they look at a lot of guys and say off years?
Joshua's coming back.
They'll come back stronger, bigger, stronger, better than before.
I think Joshua makes 3.25. He has upside. No one's going to take him for much. You might as well just see what he can do next year in a better year. But you'll be done with Yarncroke, like Nick Robertson. They're going to do another qualifying offer. They're just killing this kid.
Yarncroc. It's finally going to be done to gone to Venus.
All right, where do we go? To the rink?
Yeah,
Let's
we should
go.
maybe talk
Get
about the
some
hockey
audio.
game.
All right. Let's go to Craig Berube, clip 1 on going against the Habs.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's, Montreal's always been a big rival game, so I think the intensity right away and, playing good hockey with the puck and making this team get in their own end and playing their own end right away, like just putting the pressure on them. They got some great skill over there, obviously, and they got some guys in the back end that are highly skilled and can skate. So, how we forecheck tonight and how we pressure them in their zone will be a key element for the game tonight.
Well, Weston's out about.
I think Hudson and Dobson are one of 2 defensive pairings in the league that have combined for 100 points. Ekholm and Bouchard are the other one, and Hudson and Dobson are the other one.
If you put all the 12 defensemen that will dress tonight in a pile, and you had a draft for who you want on your team, you might take 5 of 6 Montreal Canadiens with the first 6 picks. Like, it's pretty good over there on the back end at this point. Matheson, Hudson, Dobson. What else they got over there? Carrier. Like him a lot too.
Yeah. You're probably right.
What else you got? Jack-Eye and
If you look at
Cooley.
I mean,
So 6.
you got to draft, right? You got to
So
draft.
6,
You got to
seriously?
pick your poison on a trade.
I think
with Dobson, and blue lines win it, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer, and that's just over the course of now decades for the Leafs. Like, this is long before Brad Treliving showed up.
Like, there's a
They've
world.
never got it right on the blue line like the Montreal Canadiens have it right today.
But I still am not sure about this Canadiens decor as a playoff decor. Hudson,
Not yet.
Dobson.
Listen, if it isn't yet,
Yeah,
it just lacks experience and
Yeah.
seasoning.
totally. Like, they have the bones of something that can win you a cup.
And it will get tweaked possibly between now and the next couple of years. But to your point, like, the structure's there.
Yeah, it's
Right?
It's pretty. They move it well. They score.
Would you guys like to hear William Nylander's thoughts on where they're at in the standings and the look
I don't
ahead?
know.
to next year?
I'm so curious why you clipped this.
Did you hear it?
No,
Okay.
I have not heard it.
You'll know why he clipped it when you play it. Play it, Derek. Clip 1, Nylander.
This is the longest losing skid that since you've been with the Leafs for you. Like, how have you been processing it? How do you stay optimistic during this?
I mean, hard to really stay optimistic in this situation, but yeah, just try to get a win tonight.
Do you feel like this is just a one-off and you guys can get back to form next season?
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope that that's the case for sure. Otherwise, yeah.
Otherwise, what?
Otherwise, yeah.
Otherwise, what?
Otherwise, yeah.
Otherwise, it's doing a lot of work there, boys.
Okay,
He
but
caught himself.
To be fair to him, he's never done or said this stuff before. This is so foreign to him.
What's
It's
the
so
big deal,
new
really?
to him.
Otherwise,
Losing,
There are also people who
being a bottom feeder in the standings.
There's also people who think in their head, and there's people who think with their mouth, and he just thinks.
Yes.
It just comes out as he's
He's like shell shocked, right?
He's talking.
He's
I'm
like
telling you.
it's like he woke up and looked at the
Otherwise.
standings.
Yeah. Isn't there another?
otherwise,
Yeah.
You need some Larry Murphy. We
Well,
got a
hold on.
lot
He-
of
hold
a
losses.
lot of losses.
We got a lot of losses.
Nylander also said something
We got a lot of
about
losses.
post deadline how the mood is a little better or the room is a little,
Sure.
which does not seem like the direction it should have gone, but I'm glad for them
They're another week from starting to have a I don't know, like full summer of training ahead.
Yeah.
Last game, we're out of it. We're terrible. Just need to not get hurt today.
I gotta go play
got the
golf.
World Championships coming up.
Oh yeah, he'll be dominating the World Championships.
Please tell me, like, anybody that was in the Olympics isn't going to go to this thing.
Willie is 100% going to the World Championships.
There's-
He is the
I don't
captain of the
care.
team.
I truly don't care.
I
if
love
they
it
go
when
to that
guys
or
go.
not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, why you would go when you're just in one. Like,
Bedard
how
better
many?
go. We should go to break.
How many
Talk about the bog.
international tournaments do you need?
I'm calling Bo Gruel the
Bog.
BOG now.
The
You're
bog.
getting bogged down here.
We should go. We can
All
talk
right.
about Bull Gruel all we want after Ren.
Grow
All right,
bull.
we got Ren.
Another bowl of gruel for the
TVA
boys.
Sports coming up next. Toronto and Montreal. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Let's welcome in Renaud, Lavoie, TVA Sports, NHL Network, and our key man, teeing up the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Hey, thanks for joining us.
It's always a pleasure. I'm in Ottawa right now. Why in Ottawa? The Canadiens are playing tomorrow, and there's a big ice storm coming.
Ooh.
So that will be a big problem tomorrow for people who wants to, and there's a lot of people traveling from Montreal to Ottawa to see the Montreal Canadiens. That's going to be a big issue. And there's a lot of media people decided to leave Montreal this afternoon to go to Ottawa directly instead of driving in that ice storm tomorrow.
Yikes. Yikes.
Mark, thought we were done with this.
Okay, Renaud, I've often said you are as plugged in as anybody on this planet when it comes to NHL hockey. Tell us what you know about the Montreal Canadiens. How close were they to a deal? Who might have been involved? And the thoughts of it getting picked up, say, at the NHL draft.
Yeah, you know what? This is one of the most interesting trading deadline for the Montreal Canadiens management group that they have right now. Why? Because in a way, last year, we kind of knew that there was not a big chance that a deal was coming. And Kent Hughes kind of made the promise to his players that no one will be traded, because there was a lot of guys UFAs at the end of the season. No one will be traded if the team is a playoff team, and it's exactly what happened with the Canadiens last season. This year, it's a little different. They're a better team, yes. More experience, yes. Are they a Stanley Cup contender? No. Okay, so that's the beauty of this deadline, because no doubt that Kent Hughes, Jeff Gorton, they worked really, really hard to have a couple of trades, in the book to make this team better. And the problem, Kyper, is when you're working so hard, okay, for weeks, long hours on the phone, you're involved in everything and anything, and at the end of the trading deadline, you don't have a deal. It's problematic. It's not really problematic for this team, but it's problematic if you're a GM or a president of hockey ops, because you feel like you spend a lot of times for nothing and there's no results, and that's painful in a way. Were they really close to have a deal done? Yes. Listen, it took like 90 minutes before Kent Hughes came to talk to us after the deadline. Normally, when you don't have a deal done, it doesn't take 90 minutes. It takes 15 minutes after the deadline. So the name of Matthew Knies, and you mentioned it yesterday, is obviously the one that everyone knows, that everyone is talking about. But at the same time, there's people inside the Montreal Canadiens organization. I don't expect anyone to confirm that to me that it was him, but they're asking me one question. Why would the Maple Leafs trade Matthew Knies to the Montreal Canadiens? That's a question, Kyper, that even if, on Saturday, Sunday, I was hearing his name a lot, I was saying to myself, first of all, why would, the Maple Leafs trade him? And if they do, why to the Montreal Canadiens? And that's problematic for me. What I've heard early last week was, listen, Matthew Knies' name is out there. Maybe Robert Thomas with the Blues could be something that's going to happen. And I was like, oh, okay. I can see it in a way. Yeah, okay. But with the Montreal Canadiens, it's kind of weird, because I don't feel like the Montreal Canadiens were on the verge of trading someone that they're tired of having in their dressing room or in the organization. I'm not saying the Blues are tired of Robert Thomas here, but there's obviously reasons why he was on the block, and probably still going to be on the block at the draft, right? So we don't know if he's going to start next season with the Blues. But Matthew Knies, 23 years old, you just sign him. Why the Maple Leafs would trade him? Are they tired of him? Is there an issue with him? Is there something that we don't know? Because if there's something that we don't know, okay, I understand why he's on the trading block. But if they like him, tell me why you would trade a player at 23 years old. Why?
Does Montreal have 3 top prospects that they can give up for Matthew Knies? And if the answer is yes, then that's your answer.
Yeah, like everyone's gonna look at Michael Age, right?
Yes.
Obviously playing for the Wolverines in Michigan. But I feel like the Canadiens are, like, every time talking to someone, just chit-chatting about Age, they really, really like him. Like, they
Maybe the
believe
Leafs
in
do
him.
too.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're right. So, it's an important decision that the Canadiens made, that they were ready to make a trade. It didn't happen. And like you mentioned, Kent Hughes is ready to revisit that trade to make it happen next summer. So maybe we'll have a better idea then. And maybe it's going to be Matthew Knies. Maybe not. But still, it's kind of really interesting to see Matthew Knies' name out there. Really interesting to see or hear that Montreal was maybe involved. We don't know with certainty. And can you imagine our reaction today if that deal would have gone through? If Matthew Knies would have been traded, whatever the return is, to the Montreal Canadiens.
It could be exciting.
I believe they would
Be
call-
great
they
for the
broke
rivalry.
The internet, I believe, is the phrase. So
I mean, we would have gone on. There would have been a breaking news on TV for
We'd have
48
flown you
hours
out
in
here.
Toronto and Montreal. That's for sure.
So, Ren, did the Montreal Canadiens miss an opening at this deadline while trying to do what they did? I just look at that Atlantic Division. I love their decor. I love their big game performers. Like I love Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky. Did they miss a chance here? I see them. They're only a couple points back of the top of the division. Feels like if you're in that room, I read a great piece by Arpan Basu, who said basically that the guys didn't want the room to be touched, but you always want it to be touched for the better.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a special room with special people. And I understand why. They went through a lot, right? And it's a brotherhood. So yeah, I'm with Arpan on this one. The other question you need to ask yourself is this: if you're making one big trade or 2 big trades, and if you're pushing for a Stanley Cup, let's say you think that there's a chance that you're going to win the Stanley Cup. The problem is you need to look at goaltending. And Montreal goaltending, I don't believe, is where there should be to have a lot of success, in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem, I'm pretty sure, for management, because they're looking at the big picture and they're like, are we sure of Jacob Dobesh? Even he's playing really, really well, but there's a lot of up and downs in his game. He's a rookie. Are we sure of Samuel Montembeault, one of the, one of the greatest story last season with the Canadiens? What he did was just amazing and great. He wasn't able to bring his game to that level, last year level. It happens, all right? But can you bet that it's going to change in the next few weeks just for the sake of, you think a miracle is possible? I don't want to talk about miracles here, but, you have a big picture of what your goaltenders are giving you. People are going to say, probably listening right now, Montreal Canadiens fans say, well, you have Jacob Fowler in Laval. Okay, well, really? We want to put a young kid, first pro year, in Montreal Canadiens net to start the playoffs in Montreal, thinking that there's a really good chance that this team is going to go far? I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Renaud,
so,
do you think they were tempted at all to think about Binnington or Bobrovsky short term?
Yeah, for sure. You have to look at everything that's out there. for sure. But the price, what really is the price? And are we 100% sure today that Jordan Bennington is a better goaltender than Samuel Montembeault right now?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Through his
Yes, we
career.
are. Yes, we are. Yes.
You're sure?
Buddy,
I'm not as sure.
big game guy.
I got
No,
you.
but
Rick.
I understand that.
Big game guy.
No disrespect. Kudos to everything that he did, and I'm with you. We're talking the same language. We're saying the same thing here. Okay, but listen, if you look at his season with a team that's struggling, not playing really well defensively in front of him, this is not Team Canada. And Montreal, the Canadiens are not Team Canada either. They're not. They're coming. They're coming at you. They'll be there. They'll win their Stanley Cups. I have no doubt. Are they? It was Jordan Bennington would have be maybe if you trade Jordan Bennington for I don't know, second round pick. Yeah, I'm with you. But if you want a first, you want a couple of first round picks, you want a player, you want a kid. Come on, hold your horses. Let's turn that page. There's no reason to make that trade.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I did really like Kent Hughes in the aftermath saying we expect to be in this situation next year. We expect to be in this situation the year after that. Like they've got a pretty good long-term plan there for Montreal. The one thing that stood out to me is he said, we're not just going to draft forever. And that's something I don't think a lot of teams say and admit to, where they're like, at some point, you got to stop drafting kids and flip those picks for humans and get going right away. And I wonder if that won't be this upcoming season for Montreal.
It was already the case last June.
Yeah.
They traded their 2 first-round picks for Noah Dobson.
Right.
And that's a page of the Panthers playbook. You need to go get players that's going to change a lot of things for your team. And these big guy, right-handed, defensemen are not available normally during their career. And Noah Dobson, the Islanders didn't want to give him, $9 million per. It's their right. But the Canadiens jumped in and say, hey, we're ready. We can do that. We were ready. And they sent Emil Heineman and their 2 first-round picks. And you have to expect that it's still going to happen. They traded their second-round pick, one of their second-round pick this year, that they got for Patrick Laine to the Kings to get Philip Deneau. Mm-hmm. Because they badly needed a centerman who's going to, win faceoff and calm the storm when there's a storm on the ice. You need experience. So yes, I expect the same thing. They're gonna swing at it. They're gonna go at it. Are they gonna trade Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Juraj Slafkovsky, Ivan Demidov, Lane Hudson? No, it's not gonna happen. But they're not gonna touch the core. But if they can bring players that can really help the core, yes, it will happen.
Renaud, great stuff, buddy. Listen, we know the Leafs aren't where we normally see them, but still be a fun building tonight, right?
Oh, yeah. You know that I put the Leafs first in their division before the start of the season.
Join the club with these guys.
I don't remember what I did.
I had them third.
It was a life ago. Thanks, Ren.
Really love your effort today to come back on our show so early.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys and enjoy the game tonight, all right?
Renaud Lavoie,
you too. Thank you.
TVA Sports NHL Network correspondent.
All right, take care.
So lots of smoke, right? Is there fire?
Can we just live in the world for 1 second where we are doing our Toronto Maple Leafs hour, where Matthew Knies is making his Montreal Canadiens debut against the Toronto Maple Leafs today?
Is on his way. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Can you just live in that world for a second?
No. I want to say this. Okay, 2026, Toronto, Montreal, rival, best in the league, best hockey rival in the world.
Right now?
Historically.
Oh, yeah, not even close now.
Don't care. Toronto, Montreal, Toronto, Carolina, Toronto, LA, I don't care. 2 teams have wants and needs. get over yourselves.
Oh, you're
if there's a trade to be made,
You're
you
nuts.
do it.
No,
As long as you know and think that you're getting the better of the deal and it will improve your club, I don't care if it's Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah, listen,
What
you
do you
have to
think?
be better. I that is the rational approach. You have to be better than 31 other teams, and if that helps you better than a few of them, moves you farther up than any other deal you could have made, you have to make the best deal for your team. However, anything even close, you have to recognize Montreal is different than Carolina. Like, if it's even close to the packages, not sure which one of these I like better. Bye-bye Montreal, Carolina, let's do business. And I think there is a little bit range, too, where maybe you'd take a slightly worse deal to do it with Carolina, to do it with Anaheim.
I think
know for him,
No slightly worse deal.
If it's 1%
no,
worse.
I don't want. No. I take the best deal, I think,
So this
regardless of rivalries.
That's
Please,
the rational
guys.
approach. That's
Please.
the correct answer.
But you are a smart, heartless, like just business decision maker here. You would be in the
I'll
room
take
being
that
like,
as a compliment.
It is.
And it is.
No
It's-
comment.
I am a heartful idiot. That's like, you can't
That should be your
trade.
Twitter bio.
Heartful idiot? Yes. You can't trade. Like,
It's
from a
not like
fan-
we've never seen it before. There's
We
been
barely-
some minor deals.
Oh, yeah. Thomas Plekanec. That's the same thing.
That
But
Car-
we
the
gave him a
Carlo
second
deal hurt.
rounder.
Oh, hold on. Are you talking about Leafs Montreal?
Yeah.
I mean, the Bruins and Leafs have made a few really great trades
Yeah.
over the years, but probably stop trading with them. But I feel like the Montreal-Toronto thing is a completely different animal. And trading one of your supposed key players to
At
him would be
23.
crazy.
Because he had a bad knee and a down year when your team stunk.
Crazy.
For 3
Disaster.
key
Like,
players.
I love Michael Hayes. Your
Volume
Hank.
doesn't mean
I like
anything.
him.
Give me the best player.
He's a 6'1" right-hand shot center who's playing great for the University of Michigan, I think. It's just the optics of it. He better be damn good if you're going to make that trade. Like, you have to really trust your pro scouts and your
Yeah.
amateur scouts. Like,
Yeah.
that's.
I'd love to see it.
Oh, no,
just
you
for-
would, because
just
you
for-
want me
no,
to be
but also
upset.
entertainment value is also a part of what we do here. Where, that would be very fun to see how that would work
But
out.
a main
The
part of the show is
hottest-
me, mad, sad,
Hey.
him making fun of me for it.
The hottest ticket on the planet next year, Toronto, Montreal, if they got together like that.
Yeah.
Please.
They're
It's
not
great
trying to
for
sell
business.
tickets, are they?
It's great for the
Well,
teams.
Well,
No.
yeah.
And
Great for who? The Montreal Canadiens.
the game, Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
The game. And you, all the while that you think it's the best for you personally, your team.
You may look back at this conversation and be like, God, we could have had Michael Hayes, eh?
You're right. But that's a 4 years
Right.
from now, Sam,
It is.
conversation, as opposed to
Yeah.
watching
I don't
Matthew
know.
Knies have his debut tonight against the Habs.
Took Celebrini 2
Yeah, he's not
years.
celebrating.
Well, we don't know. We
Yes,
don't know.
we do.
Hey, he'll
Michael
maybe-
Hayes is not-
Maybe
We do
he's.
know that.
I know
He's
that.
older than
He's
Celebrini.
old.
He could.
Celebrini was on
I'm
the
just saying.
Olympic team.
I'm saying how many years
Come
it could take.
on.
It could take.
Come on.
Even if he's 60% of Celebrini,
Come on.
it would be worth it to the Leafs.
Could be helpful.
Come on.
Come on. No,
hey.
you come on. Lock it up.
Let's talk about Berube.
You better lock it up.
Hey, very good. He's got. He's asked some questions about Bo, which we don't
Yeah.
want to talk about. Do you want to
Let's
hear
talk
about
about Bo.
optimism or Bo?
Let's talk about the clip, too, of on him getting called up. I found this interesting. Clip 2, please.
Well, we want to see guys, right? We want to see what they're all about and where they're at in their game. He's had a very good year down in the minors. So it would just have some guys up here we want to take a look at.
Whose place is he in at?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet if he's going in tonight.
I think he's got family already there.
10 people I saw. Please, for the love of God, play him with hockey players who do offensive things. That's
Or-
my ask.
Before he spends $2,000 on tickets.
Yeah.
Please let him.
Yeah. Ride
play.
shotgun with Willie or
that
something.
Marley's salary ain't paying for 10 at the Bell Center, boys.
No.
That's a scary one. I just really hope that is an admission here. This is the first time
Of what's coming.
of what's coming. Like, God love Calle Yarncroc. I wouldn't mind the Freege tweet.
Your
He's
time's
on-
up.
He's on waivers for unconditional buyout to send him back to play for Brenus. Like, it's that kind of time now. Like, it's not.
Can you do that at this point of the season?
Of course, why
His
not?
contract's up. Just ride it out for 3 weeks here.
I mean, does
whatever
he want
it
to
is,
be here
5
anymore?
weeks.
Like, I don't know.
Do some of the games move to the Ricoh Center or whatever they call it, the Coliseum?
The Coca-Cola Coliseum?
The Coca-Cola
For
Coliseum.
the Leafs?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to use all these guys, instead of them traveling up, just move down there.
I saw a Leafs preseason game once at Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Saw a lot of hockey there.
I actually
It's
saw
a good barn.
It's awesome.
I
Great
went-
Every seat's good.
during when you would have been working for the Marlies. I was at during that run they had. I was at a game against Albany.
The Riverettes. Rich
When-
Kuhn scored the
I was
Game
at that
7 winner.
I was at that game. It was like, what was it, 2 minutes left?
It was
Wrap around.
unbelievable, yeah.
Unbelievable. That crowd.
Electric.
It was one of the most exciting moments. It was incredible.
That
Did
was
you win
really
that year?
good. They didn't.
Ah.
Well, we didn't, I guess. Went to
It was-
the
it
conference
lost
final, lost to
to-
Hershey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's been Marley's minute. But yeah,
Remember a guy.
I want them to treat this like they suck and play guys that maybe could shoot a couple in.
Does that factor into Craig Berube's comment on the team staying upbeat?
Yeah.
Optimistic?
Hold on.
What?
Okay, no, we'll go ahead because I want to hear the next one too.
Okay.
We got time.
Clip 4.
Yeah, no, I definitely, grab guys individually and talk with them. And just what we talked about, like you got to work your way out of it. It's not just going to happen. It's got to be a team effort, but we need every individual to play at a high level for sure. And I meet with the leaders. I don't know if I meet with them more than I normally do, but there's definitely conversations that are had.
So a few clips on the internet showed at times when Berube's kind of talking to them or give it to them, and it just doesn't look right with the body language and the backs. Sorry?
I hate those clips though.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they can be misleading. Is that what you're suggesting? Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think you got something there, which means that you got to go out of your way to look
Good point.
Like-
Engaged.
and at attention
Yeah.
and respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Can't look like
Tuning him out or facing away as
Exactly.
he's talking to you.
exactly,
That's just
even
a
if it's
rude
not
thing
true.
in general.
Just come on.
Yeah.
You got 18 games to go. You can't have that look.
Well, let's hear from
That's interesting.
Berube on how he's handling this season. Clip 5.
5?
Berube, clip 5.
Well, I keep my head down and coach and try to get guys to play the best hockey they can play, and the team to play the best hockey they can play. That's how I handle it. I mean, nobody's happy we're in this situation, but you got to keep fighting and keep working and keep building and try to get better. So that's it.
I can't imagine how much time he spends thinking about that team. Like, I think about my son's U10 select team, just like laying in bed, be like, God, we got to teach him how to forecheck. Like, I'm sure Berube's had that literal thought about the Leafs.
And that's why minor hockey's right in the toilet.
You're right. 1-2-2. You do a left wing lock this year?
Oh.
Please dump it in.
Yeah, they live and breathe it. You got to
So,
take
like-
it to breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Torturous year. Like, you're just never out of the grind.
And
And
he's
it's-
set the man.
Hey, and it's far from over.
Far from over.
Tune in tomorrow
That
when we do
sounded
the
like a
exact same hour.
Oh, God. No, there's a hockey game tonight.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about the hockey game.
Our thanks to
Can't wait.
Renaud Lavoie from TVA. When we return, it's Valley time.
The return.
That is so cool. Steve Valiquette, analyst with the Rangers, CEO ClearSight Analytics, will make his way. live and in color. The National Hour of the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. We're live on Sportsnet. Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Also available Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Just in time to watch Sammy with the walk of shame, taking off the Leaf jersey off
Is
the
that
wall.
Simpsons bit, you can see the moment his heart
Sammy,
breaks.
where do you go? Like, where does your mind go? Like, between the commercial, like during the commercial break, between Leaf Hour Edition and our national show? Like, where are you mentally?
Yeah, like everyone else.
Hey, are you
Digital world.
Are you thinking Jays? Are you thinking 4 consecutive shutouts in preseason?
Thinking about the Croatian pitcher, or who was it? The Czech pitcher.
You know what I am? I'm honestly thinking
Electrician.
about. I'm thinking about getting home, making dinner, and then doing another show after the crappy Leafs, and then thinking about what's going to be on the show tomorrow, and then on Thursday, and then thinking about a lot of different things.
All right,
Thinking
all
about the
right.
Zigzags losing to the playoffs and
Oh, you
heartbreaking.
guys lost
I
last
just
night?
needed one thought.
Yeah, okay.
I just needed one thought.
Yeah, we did.
One thought. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. In a few minutes, we'll welcome in after a very lengthy, break, Steve Valiquette.
Yes.
Last time we had him on was February 2nd, before the Olympics.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's he been doing? Skiing?
probably. I mean,
Yeah,
living life.
living his life, man. just not being available at exactly 5:05.
Well, we got a lot in common.
I love watching
right?
you guys when I'm
He
on.
covers the Rangers. Thumbs down.
Oh, yeah, it's a race.
We
to
cover the
bottom.
Leafs. Thumbs down. 2 of the biggest markets in the National Hockey League.
League loves it.
Maybe he'll give us some analytical breakdown of what that does to hockey revenue.
Dead last, eh? In the East, Toronto 15th, Rangers 16th.
Great.
That's
Hey, man, look at the standings. Gary's dream, the Lightning,
I'll
the
tell you
Hurricanes.
what.
We got all the teams up there that he cares about.
The Ottawa Senators making some noise.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
would
be.
say if the playoffs started today, Gary wouldn't hate it. Like, you'd like to get Philly in there, obviously the Leafs and the Rangers, but like you get Boston in there, Montreal, Pittsburgh, right?
Hearing
Detroit, Buffalo back.
Jake Sanderson might be out
week
as
to
much
week.
as 5 weeks.
No,
5 weeks.
4 to 5 weeks, maybe.
Oh
See,
man, he's their best player.
The Sens have a lot going for them. They have 12 home games left, which is the most of any team in the NHL. They're starting to get some
Yes,
saves.
but they're going to have to do it without Sanderson for the bulk. Maybe they can get him back
Yeah.
right at the end of the season, but
They have a lot of tiebreakers with everyone not named Boston. Like Ottawa isn't done, but
No.
that really
No.
hurts.
and Cousins looks like a mule out there.
He has had an awesome year, and I mean, it's kind of a win-win, right? Like Norris, when he's been healthy, has been really good for Buffalo. They're in the
Been
playoffs,
healthy
like.
30 times though.
But I mean, he's been better this year.
Yeah.
He's played a bit.
50%
He's
game
played a
rate.
bit. Yeah, he's played a bit. He's been playing.
I
so.
guess that is what they expected, I suppose. Well, or maybe not, but he is a very good player when he's in the lineup, no doubt.
You think they make it?
Ottawa?
Yeah. Boston?
I'm going to say Ottawa makes it.
Boston. You've never been a Boston.
Yeah, I don't think Boston is the real deal. I think they have tentpole players, like I like McAvoy and I love
And they
Pasternak.
play tough, though. They play heavy. They play tough.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Let's have a gander what they're dealing with here. First line, Marat Kuznetsov. Sorry for not being able to pronounce that. Like the second line, Middlestad, Zaka, Arvidsson. I'm not there. You're right, though. Renaud, Castella, Corrali's a heavy fourth line.
Zadorov on the back end.
Yeah.
Lindholm plays heavy. McAvoy in your face.
They're like every other team. They got some good guys and a bunch of bad guys. This year has been nonsense. Just everyone's the same.
Except the Central.
Except the Central, who are the
three best teams in the
all
league.
the good teams.
And then when one of them will be gone in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they got no chance of advancing. That seems awesome. But yeah, so I am fascinated to follow along there. That's a tight race, and honestly, in the West, it's not over either. I talked myself in. You guys will get a kick out of this. I talked myself into the Jets making playoffs this morning.
What?
No, you did not.
Well,
The NHL playoffs?
buddy, have you seen the teams fringe of the West? It's Seattle. It's San Jose. Like, they'd have to win 15, 16 of their last
Kempe
20.
with an overtime goal gave LA 2 points against Columbus.
Yeah.
You mean our Kings? We're rooting for him to get in there, get that second round pick, third to a second. Got to get the Kings in the playoffs. Let's go, guys.
Oh, a very good Toronto Maple Leaf
Yeah.
reference on the
Thank you.
on the
Well,
Lawton
helping.
trade.
Yes.
Yeah, he's only got 3 points in his first 2 games.
So have you
Playing
looked at
15
the
minutes a
Jets
night.
schedule?
Well,
Are we having Jets talk right now?
This is absurd.
The only reason I got thinking about it is if
not
you
that absurd.
I know, if you look at the West, it's like, who do you really believe in at the bottom? Did I just get the Valley in my ear? Is that what... Yes, I did. Get the Valley.
Okay. After a month of no Valley talk, let's welcome him in. Steve Valiquette, analyst for the Rangers, MSG, and very missed on our show. How are you?
Great to be back. Big game here tonight. It's spring playoff weather here in New York City, but it doesn't quite feel like playoffs.
Well, Valley,
You look great, Valley.
like we were just saying, 2 biggest markets in the league, Toronto and New York. Okay, where do you start if you were to kind of sum it up somewhat on these 2 big markets?
We're in last place. Our AHL team's in last place, and the cupboards are bare. How are you guys doing?
Same way.
We've been going for it for a number of years. There's just not a lot left, and it's tough. It's borderline depressing, but I'm trying not to go there mentally.
So as someone that can break things down as good as anybody, is there a way out of this to avoid paying the fiddler?
I don't see it, and I'm just hoping I'm wrong. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. We both have rooting interests in the teams that we work for. We want to see the best possible product on the ice. The Rangers have a goalie. They have a Norris Trophy winning defenseman 4 years ago, and they have some pieces through the middle of the ice. But to say that there's a long-term plan here, it's really hard to see it. I don't know what comes next, because right now I'm cheering for Noah Laba and Gabe Perreault. These are just young kids that are getting started, that are playing sometimes top 6 minutes. Gabe Perreault's doing really well. He's playing power play minutes. Nice to see these guys getting acclimated, but it's a far-reaching thought to be able to say that we have a team right now that looks like it's going to be back in the playoffs next year.
It's also the first year of Mike Sullivan there, is it not? So,
It is,
presumably he's not going anywhere, so that's not going to change. Do you think they'll sell more of these pieces then and commit to a bigger rebuild with him there, which I don't think he thought he was doing?
Bourne, look, all I can do is go through all my notes of the past and where the team has been and how we arrived here. Yeah. And just say that they've gone for it. They got close. The Eastern Conference Final was 2 years ago, and we went right to the limit with the Florida Panthers. Right there, that was a President's Trophy winning season, and there were adjustments around the fringes that were attempted to be made, but it was a catastrophic loss overall, trying to clean up around the fringes. And I think that well documented last year during the regular season how that went down. And we just, I don't know, don't really have the horses right now. I don't even know what to tell you beyond that. It's we're just trying to paddle up against stream right now.
You're watching and listening to Steve Valiquette, analyst with the Rangers, also CEO of ClearSight Analytics. Okay, so we had our trade deadline on Friday. I'll open it up to you. Surprises, no surprises. Trocheck staying, maybe because his son refused to trade. Would that have been the reason why he's still a New York Ranger?
I think the asking price was high. We've heard that. I know that's out there. Chris Drury, president and general manager, was sticking to his guns on his asking price. We'll see in the future if that was the right decision or not. Don't know right now. I'd imagine that there's still a move to be made before next season, whether it's at the draft or around free agency. We're going to wait and see. I think that's something that's very realistic to happen. I don't know if it's, a big fish out there that Chris can pull in and kickstart this thing. That's what happened with Panarin. Panarin is arguably the best free agent signing of all time. He's going to have to hit it out of the park again with that type of a signing for the summer. As far as the overall trade deadline, I thought that Colorado did a good job to help their power play. Guys, they have the 31st ranked power play, so getting Kadri in there into the bumper spot, that'll help them a lot because they don't really have the one-time effect that most power plays have that are really effective, lefty-righty. I think of Tampa Bay, I think of Edmonton, and when you see the ice move and shift the way it dynamically has to during a power play, you don't see it in Colorado. They only have 10 east to west passes this entire season on their power play. They are bottom 5. Yeah, 10, Bordy.
Tampa probably has that in a game.
Well, Edmonton leads the NHL. They have 30.
Yeah, okay.
So, and I'm talking about the low east to west, not the higher east to west, the one that's intersecting below the hash mark. So that's the most effective play on a power play. So they don't have that. They take more low danger shots from the perimeter than anybody else. Nathan McKinnon's a driver at 5-on-5, and I love the way that he goes right into the slot and digs his way through. But he also takes a lot of low danger shots, the low calorie ones on the power play. And I think that they have 3 players in Natchez and Makar and McKinnon on the power play that always want the puck. And I think that using Kadri a little bit more, that's going to help them. And hopefully he can facilitate something there because that's what they need. And they're strong down the middle. They got Nick Waugh, as you guys know. So I think that down the middle from where they were to where they are right now, that's got to be the biggest, I think, winner of the trade deadline for sure.
I will forever be scarred by McKinnon's missed one-timer in the 5-on-3 in the gold medal game that he wrapped out of the zone when everyone was set up.
The one-timer. So that's the shot, Borny. He takes that shot. You know, guys, Adam Oates laid it out for me like this because he was with Washington when Ovi was there. And one of Ovi's things would be come over the blue line off the rush on the power play and try and beat the goalie clean from distance from above the top of the circles. Now, what Oates told me was it wasn't about telling these guys what to do, telling them what they're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So he had restrictions. And if I was coaching McKinnon, I would just run through 3 or 4 restrictions on the power play that you're not allowed to do, including that shot that we're talking about that just drove me bananas up the wall when I'm watching that game. Heartbreaking loss, of course.
Fade away unscreened slapper. Sorry, I'll move on.
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres are red hot. They are the talk of the NHL right now. Is their goaltending good enough for them to do damage in the postseason?
I watched the Tampa Bay Buffalo game the other night.
The answer is no.
The best example.
Oh my God. You know, like that is the opposite of goaltending.
Right.
He's out. UPL's running around, and he doesn't have any confidence. Confidence to me, it holds itself well in the stance. The goalie stance has to stay with form. Your feet are under you. It's the moment in Braveheart where they have the long logs all shaved off and he's yelling, hold, hold, hold. You know? And that's what I'm saying to myself when I'm watching UPL. And he's out there chasing. And, you know, that's not it. You know, for anybody watching, that's not it. That's goaltending in, I don't even know when, the 70s. So Alex Lyon, thankfully, and this might be a surprising one for you guys, he's a top 5 goal expected goals guy right now in the NHL. He's rated in the top 5 in all categories for us. So he's had an outstanding season. I think Buffalo has to go with him in the postseason. In fact, I think this postseason's kind of funny on a few teams because does Colorado go with Blackwood or Blackwell? I wonder if Dallas, we'll see how Dallas goes, Ottinger or DeSmith. I think there's a question there to be had in short rope at least. So there are some of the top teams here. Wallstad could push Gustafsson in Minnesota. There's a few teams here that I don't think are 100% certain on who they're
I'm going to add one to you. The Edmonton Oilers, Ingram, with a pretty solid effort in Vegas here. And like, how much pressure is on the Oilers to get Jari going here in the last month and a half here to prove that was the trade that was worthy back then?
So I was listening to your show yesterday with Stauffer on, and did it happen or not happen where a couple of teammates were ripping him? I don't know. It's out there, right? It happened to me once, and man, it hurts. So I'm in Russia. I think one of my only seasons where I was below 90, I was 897-ish, and I was feeling the heat because I was on a big deal and I was feeling the pressure, and I was just playing poorly. One of my teammates, Jan Merrick, he skated up to me and he lightly put one into my pads. He was like, "Hey, he stopped it." And I was like, oh man, like, when you're fighting it mentally and you're already fragile, and I can tell you that's probably as fragile as I was during my career, it hurt. I couldn't even fight back because I wasn't even playing well. So I'd imagine where Jari is feeling it, and there's so little you can say. You can't say a thing. In fact, I think that goalie coaches should probably sit down with their goalies before the season right now and say, let's go through a few things that we're not doing this year. And that's talking about team defense openly after a game. Because Jari, too soon when he had his comments there, coming to Edmonton and then going off on his teammates, as subtle as it was heard. And you know what? The boys are always going to clap back. There's going to be something. And I feel like they got off on the wrong foot and they're having a hard time getting their footing. Jari's not playing well, man.
Valley, did you ever catch yourself during a post-game interview or come close to critiquing guys in front of you to that degree? Is there a temptation to do it as a goalie, or did you just go, I could never go there?
You know what, Kyper? I think I never did because I was never in that position. I was never a starter in the NHL, but I was a starter in the OHL and the AHL. I just didn't do that. But I think there's also two trains of thought with a lot of goalies, Kyper. I think a lot of goalies get by because they're very confident in themselves, and in a lot of cases, it's an overconfidence that allows them to actually play the position. And in a lot of cases, that means when they over-challenge for a play and they're not available at all for a backdoor pass, it's a slam dunk because there's no chance they're going to get there. Oftentimes, the commentator says no chance. Well, there's no chance because you didn't make yourself available at all. You were irresponsible positionally. And I think some guys play that way and they want their backside covered, but that's protecting their own ego. Mm-hmm. And for me personally, I would go the other way where I could go and get myself into trouble. I remember this one happening. We're in Atlanta. I give up a goal that was probably a 50-50, but Benoit Allaire brings me in the next day and he said, Valley, what's up with the reaction after the goal? Because I slammed my stick and some ice came up. And he goes, there was no heat on you there. The coaches were going to let you off the hook. But now because you made it look like you think you should have had it, they think that it's a bad goal. Mm-hmm. So stop bringing that up, and you get that kind of feedback sometimes and you have to listen to it because I feel like I went the other way and it hurt myself.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I guess looking around the league at some of these guys and trying to figure out who's ready to make a difference. Weird playoff year, as you guys said, is Brandon Bussey in Carolina just signed a 3-year, $6 million contract, 5.7 technically. What are your thoughts on him and like this overconfidence thing? When you're young, sometimes you don't really know that you should be more nervous than you are.
Guess who the worst performing goalie is since coming back from the Olympics?
Is
Bussey.
it Brandon Bussey?
Yeah.
God.
We've been talking about this, guys, sidestepping on it all year. I think the whole thing here that we're talking about is between your ears, right? And I think that you get so jazzed up when you're in the motivational stage of your career trying to fight for a contract. And when you get it, you can't help but just take the foot off the gas. And you know what? Guys just need to know they got to gas down instead of relieving the pressure because you don't play as well when you're not, I think, on those pins and needles. You need to have that. I think about this a lot too, guys. And, I got to tell you, as you get older, you start taking it a little too easy in the summer. That's when I knew I was done. I didn't feel like really getting in the gym when I was 35. I was burnt out, let's just say. And there's distractions. I have a couple of children. We bought our dream house. There's a beach, and my kids are out there playing. And I'm lugging my hockey bag. I'm making my move to go to the Wonderland of Ice in Bridgeport, Connecticut to skate. It's 1:00 in the afternoon. What are we talking about here?
Bridgeport's beautiful. What do you mean?
Now, years later, Patrick Sharp and I are having this conversation because he's one of my shooters, right? And I hope he doesn't mind me telling this story. But he was at the Olympics, and I think this was the 2010 Olympics, and he said he's playing cards with Sidney Crosby, and he let Sid know that he's going to have kids. He's going to have kids. He's going to start a family, and Sid just drops the cards on the table, and he's pissed off, and he's saying to him, how are you going to do that and still play at a high level? How do you think you're going to do? And Sid's just giving it to him.
Yeah.
And Sharpie tells me, he goes, you know what? Of course, I went my direction, and you know what, though, Valley? The kids were in the pool before I got here today, and I didn't want to come. This is when he's still playing.
Oh, God.
And I feel like as much as we always talk about as you get older, you lose a step, I think it's really that you lose the motivation to work on your game every single day as diligently as you did when you were in your early 20s. Yeah. And that's why we lose a step. It's not that age just does it. It's about having a bad summer. How can Jordan Binnington lead the expected goals within our company internal numbers 3 years ago and be in dead last right now? I don't know what kind of summer he had, but he doesn't look the same, or Bobrovsky, or, pick your guy that's having a down year. I just wonder what kind of summer did everybody have? So you don't know.
If you're Carolina, you wouldn't have made a move for Binnington on a short stint here with another year on his contract.
This guy can't sell Binnington hard enough.
I'm just asking.
I know, look, I watched the Olympics and I was happy for him. The gold medal game, he gave the team a chance to win. But the winning goal is a low east to west play, and he's got a .664 save percentage on low east to west. It's one of the worst in the league, and I can't get past that. I look at that and I'm like, are we sure that should have been the starting goalie? So I say no, but Binnington, knowing him, he could go and have a great summer and be a different guy next year. I just don't know. That's the one piece. You can talk about technical game and all these things, but you don't know. To me, you can build a career or ruin a career with a bad or a great off season. And I think that some of these top players, I wonder if they're going to come back with that piece in place.
And Valley, I think the thing that goes missing for a lot of people who don't know about summer training is good summer training starts in like May, unless you're in playoffs or whatever, but it's the work you do early in the summer that helps you get out ahead and, get used to your body again after those transitions. So with that in mind, Linus Ullmark had a bad summer. Remember, he came in, he said, I had a terrible summer. It was a bizarre statement to make. No one accused him of anything.
But now he's fresh.
Yep.
And now he's been, then he was terrible for 2/3 of the season. But now he's maybe okay-ish. Can you find it in season?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can. You absolutely can. And I think that what you do is you piss these guys off. You got to, because there is an inner competitor there. You got to piss them off. Probably the most pissed off I got was I was playing for Steve Sterling, and this is a great coach that I had. We had a great relationship. He actually introduced me to my wife. I have all the love in the world for Steve Sterling, but I think he knew how to push my buttons too. And at one point, he called his own son up from the East Coast League to play over me in the American Hockey League right before playoffs. And you can imagine how pissed off I am. About a week or so before the playoffs begin, I get 3 starts, bang, 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 get into the playoffs, starting goalie, win the first round, get off to a hot start. And he found a way to get to me. I mean, he was playing his own son over me. What worse could somebody do to you? But I know that he had
all
it
strategy.
in my best interest.
All strategy.
I mean it. You've got to find a way because, I wasn't going to quit. I dug in more. And I think these guys have that lever. Now, how about this, you guys? An .871 team save percentage is the Ottawa Senators, okay? I went back to the 04-05 lockout. You know what we've never seen before? An NHL team make the playoffs with an .871 team save percentage.
It's climbing, though.
No, but I'm telling you right now, this Ottawa team is awesome. I mean, they have, I think, 30 more high danger scoring chances in the 6 games since the Olympics than their opponents. They are killing teams right now. They haven't gotten results in every game, but they are dominating territory and scoring opportunity. And if they don't make the playoffs, this will be the best team that we've seen on paper and on the ice, quite frankly, not make the playoffs because of goaltending. And I think longer term, if this doesn't work, how many years can you go like that? Because to me, Ullmark has hardly checked in 2 years.
So you think they can beat out a team like Boston? Who
I do.
Who do they catch?
I do. I think that Boston is vulnerable. Pittsburgh, I think, is very vulnerable. Pittsburgh's remaining schedule is the toughest in the NHL, guys. How about this week coming up for them, starting tonight? They've got Carolina, Vegas, Utah, Colorado, Carolina. And then they come home and they have Winnipeg, Carolina, Colorado. They have Ottawa, Dallas, Islanders, Detroit. I mean, they have a juggernaut of a schedule. So I think Pittsburgh is absolutely vulnerable.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, do you want to add to that, or I'm going to take you to the
I'll
West?
just add 8 home, 11 away for Pittsburgh for their games left.
So in the West, JB just told us earlier in our show that Winnipeg has a chance to get a playoff spot.
Well, I could talk myself into it, I said. What are they?
So out of the
back?
Sharks,
5.
LA, Nashville, and what JB thinks, like who's knocking on the door?
Jets talk.
You know, yeah, I think the LA Kings are. I think they're 3 back. Is that right? I looked at them this morning. What I see lining up for them, I'm hopeful for. I know they have an easier schedule than most. I looked at LA and I thought to myself, that would be the team that I would bet on. I bet on LA getting in. And I'm not a big fan of Seattle. I think Seattle's gotten by for a long time, and they don't really have what it takes offensively to sustain it.
Bobby McMahon.
He's the most Seattle Kraken player of all time.
He is. Good player,
yes,
and can help them,
totally.
But come on, they needed more.
But that's the exact Seattle Kraken team to me. It's like, they're pretty good.
That's just want to save my job or keep my job move right there.
Right.
Hey, guys, what about the Leafs? What's going on?
Oh, what do you? I mean, Valley.
You're killing me. This is my hometown. I'm not doing well here.
Lots
out on the other side of the
Valley. Lots of talk up here about Matthew Knies and perhaps being offered or chopped or calls coming in for him from a few teams. What do you think of that?
What about Matthews, guys?
Okay.
If you
turn it right around on me. Go.
The Rangers did Panarin. I know it's not the same thing, but when I went through some certain, channels of looking back to the future, and it hurt my feelings to see the 22-23 Leafs. I did a stress test on some of the best teams over the last 10 years that didn't go deep or win.
Yeah.
And the Leafs had the best regular season analytic profile of all teams, their 22-23 season. And I just tweeted it at you guys because I wanted Sammy to sleep better tonight.
Oh, he's in pain right now, Valley. He looks like he's got diverticulitis or something.
Well, you know what it is, guys? It's strange because there was no real weakness. There wasn't a weakness in their team demeanor or psyche or defense as far as giving up too much off the rush. Their rush game, they had the second best rush defense that year. So they had their goalies covered. They had the best penalty kill as far as chances against. And offensively, they had all the pieces. They were top 5 in 3 major categories. So I went back to it and I was like, you know what? Because I heard from one of our clients on the gambling side that they just purchased data from us. They told me the goalie is more important than they anticipated 2 years ago. And it's a big part of laying bets because goalies do have a big influence. Turns out. I actually, yeah. So I looked at the goaltending piece and I feel like if it wasn't for the fact that Samsonov was your goalie that year, he's a backup in the KHL right now. So how can a guy 3 or 4 years removed from being the starting goalie on a Stanley Cup hopeful now be a backup in the KHL? Matt Murray's done for all intents and purposes. Shalgren's a backup in the Swedish Elite League. Jones is retired. Before that, you had Campbell. You had all these really good squads, but you really never did have the goalie.
So it was never Mitch Marner. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna land on not
you hear that,
the right
Sammy?
goalie.
Yeah. Remind me how many goals he had in Game 5 and 7, Kip.
I forgot the name Shalgren, by the way. Was that a guy?
Yeah, there's one for the.
Valley just said it was all goaltending.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that.
Yeah, well, it does back it up. I feel bad for you guys, and I feel bad for myself because we're in the same position.
Well, we don't feel bad that you're back on a
I'm glad to be
Tuesday.
back.
Welcome.
I'm glad to be back, boys.
Welcome.
Valley, awesome stuff, man.
Are we?
All right, hey boys,
Are we heating
listen,
the grill or no?
we got to get to grill marks. Like, you know what? It's
Oh
been
my
a
gosh,
while,
I totally forgot about the grill game.
Yep. Yeah, it's the grill game,
Emmanuel
and it's
Grillo.
almost grill season.
I am in last
Okay,
place. I
guys,
know
today
that.
we're going to talk about my favorite topic here because I said it matters, goaltending, and we're going to go over the profiles of what I call a positive game percentage, which means you're either consistent or you're not consistent or you're wild. You play great or you play poor. And for 1 point here, now Justin Bourne is leading the way with 34 points. Sammy McKee, 27. Kyper, 22.
27.
Okay. The most consistent goaltender this season in the NHL. Minimum of 20 starts. Jake Allen, who's right there and should be playing more than Markstrom. Ilya Sorokin or Devin Cooley.
I'm gonna take Cooley.
I feel Sorokin.
Yeah, I'll take Cooley.
Cooley's the man right now. He didn't have a good one last night, but he's got an 87% chance to play a really strong game and give his team a chance to win.
80.
87%.
87.
He is, this is big time. Okay. Most consistently bad goaltender this season. I got to go on the bad side. Okay. Montembeault, Bennington, Jari.
Team Canada's net.
Wow, that was almost Team Canada's.
Jari.
I'll take Montembeault.
I thought you had Bob in there. No,
Yeah, Bob didn't make that list.
Bob didn't make that list. What did you go with?
Montembeault.
Oh, you got to take Bennington.
You went Jari?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Bennington.
It's Bennington.
It's Bennington.
The one time I don't want to be right.
Your guy, Kyper, has only had a 44% chance to play a positive game this year.
Oof.
Wildest swings. Now, this goaltender has had, I'm going to give you what he's done so far this year. He's had 10 great games where he's played out of his mind. He's had 9 quality games where he's given his team a better than chance to win, better than league average chance to win. He's had 7 bad games, and he's blown 9 of his starts. All right? Am I talking about Gibson, Wolf, or Vamelka?
Vamelka.
I'll do Gibson.
I'll do Wolf.
Kyper, you're in the mix. It's Wolf.
Oh,
that's
wow, what a
even
comeback.
big
3 for
comeback.
3.
Yes. No, that's huge, Kyper. All right. I thought we were going to have to go to the old school lefty-righty game for you.
Remember
I'm gonna give
on-
it another week.
Remember who runs goalies on this panel.
That's
hey?
right.
I know them
That's
better than
right.
anybody.
That's right. Yeah. It's been, you know what? I'll leave you guys with this. It's been a second hard lap here for Dustin Wolf. He's getting beat most frequently over his glove. And Rangers have Calgary here across the street right now. And it's time for me to become TV Steve.
There you go, TV Steve.
Look forward to watching.
That is Valiquette. Steve Valiquette. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, boys.
Have a good one.
That guy is just gold.
Yeah, he is gold. Good to see him again.
A lot of fun.
A lot of information.
It's game time. Presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. 13 games on tap tonight, boys. Busy night in the NHL. Nationally on our network, that'll make everybody happy at West. The Montreal Canadiens are hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, as you would imagine, big underdogs tonight. Plus 145 on the money line. Montreal Canadiens minus 170 on the money line.
Everyone wants the same outcome for once.
Yeah, I was gonna. Austin Matthews has to score eventually, right?
Nope.
Like it's got to enter the net.
Mm.
I think he's gonna score tonight.
Okay.
It's been what is it? This is gonna be his 11th game.
Yeah.
He's got to score tonight. He's not going 11 games without a goal. So give me an Austin Matthews anytime goal at plus 140. On the other side of it, I'm going to go with a Josh Anderson goal because he owns the Leafs and it's plus 500.
He
It's a
does.
good number.
He loves
I think
playing against Leafs.
I think it's like 16 goals in his career against the Leafs.
Is that right?
So, yeah, he scores against the Leafs all the time. So give me a anytime goal for Josh Anderson too at plus 500. And later on, an excellent game. Edmonton Oilers hosting the Colorado Avalanche hosting the Edmonton Oilers. Minus 170 favorites, the Colorado Avalanche there on the money line. Plus 145 for the Edmonton Oilers.
Those Oils tracking okay to make playoffs?
Yeah, that was a big win against Vegas. Big win against Vegas.
All right.
Paul Coffey's back. They're
fine. There's no problem. And what's sure to be a high-octane affair in Buffalo, they're hosting the Sharks, minus 200 favorites on the money line, the Buffalo Sabres, plus 165 for the San Jose Sharks. That building right now in Buffalo, it's nice that their fans decided to start showing up. Looks electric there.
Oh, good.
That was game time. It's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. Well, no, it's nice that they finally started to show up. Cheer for their team.
The jealousy pot shots are going to start coming out.
I got no jealous. I'm just saying.
No jealousy against Montreal.
Team, and now they're actually showing up to support them. So I congratulate the Buffalo Sabres fans.
No jealousy for Boston. No jealousy for Buffalo.
It'll be interesting. You know what's actually going to be very interesting is this Saturday they host the Leafs. And that is typically a
blue and orange.
A dominated.
Yellow?
Blue and yellow. Dominated by the Toronto Maple Leaf fans. I'm sure it won't even be close. It'll be the first time in forever they'll actually have more Sabres fans than Leafs fans there this year. So good for them.
Okay. Take a quick
Congrats.
break. In the meantime, plenty news and notes around the National Hockey League. What's the talk on Marchand? Do we hear Ovechkin maybe tipping his hand a little bit on next year?
That is an interesting conversation.
We got a great clip.
Yeah.
Plenty more still when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. A reminder, this hour of Real Kyper Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sam McKee.
Let's get Kirkland's.
You talking golf balls?
Yeah.
Get some Kirkies, bud.
What are you going with
Costco,
this summer?
man.
I'm just debating because there's 4 boxes for the price of 3 right now. If I need 8 or not for the summer.
Did you put your name on them?
Oh yeah, I'll have initials in number 12s.
Oh, God. I got to get paid more.
I do.
You get a free box and it's free to
I
personalize.
put Real Kyper on them,
Oh yeah.
and everybody brings them back to me.
It's also a great shame when people are like, found one of your balls.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
You know what I write on
Oh,
mine?
yeah.
I write Kirkland.
What's a dozen Kirklands go for?
I actually,
$12?
I don't play Kirkland. I don't. I used to.
You're above the Kirkland?
Well, no, they're just a little too hard. I like the Tour Response. That's like the one kind of below
I
the
don't think that's any
TP5.
cheaper.
Yeah, it's definitely cheaper.
Is it?
Oh my God, yeah, it's the one below the TP5. I like.
Are you in the
Tour
players pool, your buddy Brandon?
You know what? I did join, yeah, because I saw you did.
I did, yeah.
Response. You love it, eh?
I threw, who's the guy that I picked that you told me not to take?
Jake Knapp,
Yeah, I love Knapp's swing. You know that
maybe the
seen
best
him?
swing on tour.
Beautiful.
It's really nice.
But
then I told you to take
Sammy
Marco
nixed it.
Penge. So, called Sicko Hour coming up here.
A reminder, this hour, Real Kyper Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Okay, the Ovi talk. We did talk a little bit about this a few days ago, but he has been approached about it, correct?
sounds like it. You know, having some thoughts about what does next year look like.
Yeah, I put a clip in there. So
Okay, let's start
I saw there's a story on the Sportsnet website about it linked to a little ESPN vignette that him and TJ Oshie did, because I think TJ Oshie's doing some work for ESPN now. And there's some background music in it, but this is the clip. Derek, if you could play it there for us. TJ Oshie with Ovi. Get that?
What are the factors that will go into your decision?
How my body gonna feel?
Yeah.
Because right now, like, hockey is so hard, like it's so fast.
Yeah.
I'm 40, and it's hard to keep up with the young guys, and but most important thing is healthy wise. You know, like, I don't want to be like I don't want to play hockey and then after 1 or 2 years, my knee or my elbow or my back is going to be hurting, so I'm not going to feel comfortable for the rest of my life. So I have to be smart about it.
We need that drop about so fast or whatever he says.
He's so done.
Done.
Hey, like when you stopped playing, did you not watch hockey the very next year and go, God, that's fast?
I did it my last 3 years.
Like it really does accelerate. And if you're getting older and going the other way, it's tough to keep up, boy. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
He didn't say he's retiring.
I don't want to see Ovi back scoring 18 goals next year. Right. And he's got 24 now, which could still end up being 30, which is great for a lot of people, but just not him.
As I said, he's like a field goal kicker
on a non-playoff team. Do we believe Washington's out of the race?
Maybe not entirely, but I do think there's also like almost a mercy for the franchise. Like maybe they feel someone else is better in that spot on the power play.
Oh, trust me, they're dying to fill his $10 million slot.
Right.
So I'm asking this legitimately, not like trying to be. Like, does he not want to do like a retirement tour a year? Like, is he just going to hang it up?
No. He's going to pull the Gretzky. Gretz did it
late
2 games before.
Yeah.
He did it in games? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Gretz did did it in Ottawa and then came back, and there was this race for this Gretzky party at MSG where Mario came in and Wayne came in.
Cool.
I'm sorry, and Mark Messier came in, and it was just a whole celebration during the game.
Yeah.
And then the post game was
one of
Gretzky
the think of my
on
youth.
the ice.
So
one of the biggest events, like of my youth, was that last game.
Yeah,
like him playing in it. I remember just being like,
did he score? He might have even scored in his last game.
No,
I think he had 9 goals his last year.
He set up one. He had an assist in the game. He set up one of the
53
goals.
So
assists, I think.
I think Ovi should do it that way.
Yeah. Well,
but to come back and say this is my last year, like he can't pull a Kopitar.
No,
is my
to
point.
the tour. Oh, it would be a way too big a distraction. Not good for the team. So while we were talking, I looked up power play time on ice for the year. Ovi has 40 more minutes than the next highest guy. 431 per game.
Like in the league?
Yes, the most in the entire NHL this year.
My
Power play ice.
God.
But that's the full
crazy.
2.
Yeah.
That's
He's
every
playing-
second, every minute of every power play.
They probably average 5 to 6 minutes of power play time a game. He's averaging 431 per game. Per game.
Okay, we'll give him like 10 seconds to come off the
The
ice.
other guys, McKinnon, Makar, Sam Reinhart, Kaprizov,
That's absurd.
Gensel,
That-
Kucherov, Hughes.
That's absurd. Sorry.
He doesn't skate,
They're-
Sam. They just
You know-
he goes to the spot and does this.
To his credit,
Can we get the clip fast?
Hey,
I need to hit that.
to his credit, there's still people talking about him getting to 1,000 goals.
No.
And
Okay.
no, but I'm talking
Who
about.
is?
What's he have now?
I'm saying a year and a half
904 or
ago, there was people that thought it was possible.
I think you meant like now.
No, not now, not now, but just recently, like within the last year and a half, that they were going. He's gonna go to 1,000. He's gonna want it. Like there's nothing in that clip we just heard that suggested that this guy's just gonna be this greedy guy who wants to just
he wants to
hit
feel
a
good,
number.
enjoy his retirement.
Yeah.
That's
Which is, I give him full credit for that.
He's set the record at this point. Do you see him on the ice the other day with his kids, Sergey and Ilya? By the way, there's 5 Russian names, and he chose 2 good ones there.
Yeah.
He looked like a volunteer coach. Like he looked like, oh, he's back. You know, after 10 years of, he's just gray and he's
But
a big boy.
He's like you. He's sleeping about a left wing lock for your kid.
Yeah. They actually had his kid practicing the hot hand stick celebration.
He is like, I'm just looking at his stats right now. He has 921 career goals in the regular season and 77 in the playoffs. He's 2 goals away from 1,000.
Yeah, we should
total.
totally, and I'm not just saying this, celebrate that much more than we ever did 900. That to me is incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's 2 away from 1,000 entering the net at the NHL level.
It's way harder to score in these games, yet we don't count those goals.
Yeah, that's always been
towards
weird.
Records.
Let's give the second empty netter against Nashville on a Tuesday
Right.
more credence than the playoff ones.
It's bizarre.
But
It is bizarre.
Get his 1,000. That'll make it easier for him to be like, all right, scored 1,000 in the NHL.
I
1,000 in the NHL.
I just really
That's
do
so
hope
many.
that it's not because he's a UFA, right? Like this is his last year under contract. I really hope that he's not like, I'll sign for 1 more year and we have to do a whole tour. And like you said, the Capitals just can't move on
The
from
Derek
it.
Jeter thing was the worst thing in sports.
I think the
We gave him like a Canada Goose jacket
no,
here.
I
It's like,
thought
what are
we
we
gave him
doing?
I thought we gave him like a trip to Banff.
Oh, wow.
I
that
think
would
that's
be
what I think.
wild.
I can't
But
remember exactly.
Jeter's
but-
got 300 million. It's like, thanks. He can afford
Great.
a trip to Banff.
No, he just doesn't have a good travel agent.
That's
That's his problem.
Finally, I can get to Banff.
I've always wanted to go to Banff.
Which, by the way, unbelievable
Oh my
place.
God,
I
it's
cannot
amazing.
wait to get there.
You've never
again,
been to
but-
Banff?
We've driven through, but never spent any time.
Oh, I mean, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you're from out there.
Well, that's 7 hours. away.
Marchand shutting it down.
I think, yeah,
God, that whole team should just shut it down.
yeah. So should the Leafs.
Call up their farm team.
Totally agree.
Yeah, so
You were
they're
all over this. You said that this was going to
kind
happen.
of bottom out.
Yeah,
Because
What's Marchand's thing? A hip? Is that?
it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
lower
no, it
bottom.
doesn't.
He's just feeling.
Like he doesn't want it anymore.
No, he's something. He needs
Yes.
something done.
Something on
right?
it, yes.
yeah, he said Marchand out for weeks. The Panthers may need surgery on lower body injury.
Yeah,
there's
you
going to
watch.
be
It'll be that same stomach groin hernia thing,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Is my guess.
and yeah, it's just he's played a lot of hockey games in the last few years. It's. I think he's eligible to shut it down.
They will load back up and be back next year.
What else you got for us, Sammy?
And Landeskog week to week with a lower body injury. A lot of bad injuries. Hintz is out for a while too. Kipper's going to make a connection between the Olympics and the injuries that are all happening right now.
No,
A lot of big names that played at the
a
Olympics.
lot
that are
of
out.
strain, physically, mentally, emotionally.
You know what we haven't done this year is much awards talk. And I am starting to pivot a little bit as someone who will be voting and kind of leading towards Kucherov for Hart. Nikita Kucherov, I mean, that Tampa Bay team has been riddled with injuries.
But every time I turn the TV on, he's got 4 points.
All
scores
he
fours every
does
night.
is get
4
points.
I know, it's
He,
ridiculous.
he's now 5 back of McDavid, so he has 103 in 6 less games. So he's had more points per game than McDavid right now, and one behind McKinnon, who's in second at 104.
We've seen guys like Stamkos and Ovi, who we just spoke of, with a one-timer, but Kucherov's is as good as anything I've ever seen in my whole life.
It's unbelievable. And, he's tied for those guys up there. He's got 5 game-winning goals. Like, he just controls the play. To me, he's why Tampa is where they are.
I think if I were to rank it, it would be him 1, Kucherov 1, McKinnon 2, McDavid 3. Is how, if you're going off team success, I know that it's like valuable, but like, I don't know. That's what
I tend to feel like we always look to not give it to just the best player. And to me, McDavid's the best player and he's got the most points. And so that's my typical
What about
bent.
Celebrini? What about Celebrini, most valuable to San Jose when the second guy has half his points?
My argument here has always been that when they created the Hart Trophy for most valuable player, they weren't saying...
They weren't really thinking about to your team.
They weren't like, who's the best player with the second worst player on the team? We're trying to find the biggest disparity between 2 players. It's like, that's not really what they were doing. They're going, who had the best season in the league? That guy had the best season. He created the most value for his team. Celebrini's been unbelievable, certainly worthy of mention, but he is now 20 points behind McDavid for the league lead. Team is outside the playoffs, so that's a tough one for me. Scheifele still hanging around up there.
How's Winnipeg's schedule?
Sorokin has a case to be made against last year's Hellebuck Hart.
2 goalies in a row. They got their own award.
Yeah.
Let them win that award.
Yeah. No one wants to see Sorokin win.
I don't like a goalie winning the MVP in general.
I'm fine with
They already have a trophy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like I really couldn't care less about.
Evan Bouchard.
Anaheim at Winnipeg tonight. Must win for your Winnipeg Jets.
This is a big game for my Jets. They just traded Stanley and Shen, and all of a sudden the guys stepping in there. Who knows? Maybe they'll be better. But I just everything that could go wrong did this year for the Jets. They're not that bad.
13 games tonight, boys. 13 games. It's a lot of hockey.
So you told the whole hockey world that you spend quality time during our show on your dinner.
Yeah.
What do you have planned tonight?
Yeah, my dinner's so boring every time. It's like chicken thighs and bull crap, basically.
So you guys
Some
lost
salad.
your playoff game last night.
Yeah.
You got 14 skaters.
Our
Thanks. What's
thanks
up?
to Renaud,
We filled them in.
Lavoie,
Couldn't get
and Steve Valiquette. If you loved them, give them a thumbs up on YouTube. Great day today, guys.
Good work, team.
Attaboy, Sammy. Pick your game tonight, and we're back tomorrow. Won't do it all over again. Bundle of energy right now.
You could just end the show. Yeah, you could say bye.
Bye-bye.